guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Brandy and we talk about all things freelancing, working remote, and creating the life that you want. So right now we are in a series on how to become a successful freelancer. If you missed last week's episode, make sure to check the description box for a link to that video. So today we are in part 1 of a 2-part series on how to create the perfect resume. So in this specific video, we are going to be covering building a resume when you are reaching, small to medium-sized businesses and you are not, I repeat, you are not using a third-party website to get those leads, meaning Fiverr, Upwork, Freelancer, Indeed, any one of those. There's 100. I actually have a video for the top 10. This is not a resume for those types of contract roles. This is a resume that you would use if you're getting referred to a potential client or if you are reaching out to small to medium-sized businesses either locally or online or through social media. This would be the type of deck or resume that you would want to send them. And this is the type of resume that I use for all of my prospects. The reason why I use this is because this type of resume speaks very specific to that prospect. You are going to want to outline exactly what it is that you do and how you can provide that solution for them, and so that it's going to reach their goals. So this is very different than a paper resume. You may have heard it called a deck, but this is something that I use instead of a resume like 99.9% of the time. If I am seeking a contract specific role that I found on LinkedIn or Indeed, then I would use a typical paper resume, which we are gonna cover in part 2 next week. All right. So now that you know or you understand the differences in those 2 types of resumes, let's go into it. So right now we are actually going to be using a tool called Canva that you see on my screen right now. I do pay $12 a month for this tool, but they do have a free option. You are more than welcome to use Keynote or PowerPoint. So if you do decide to use Canva, this would be considered a presentation. And essentially it's just going to be slides. So slide 1 is the introduction slide. Who are you? You also want to make this aspirational. So what is it that you are going to do for them? Are you in marketing? Are you going to get them more leads? Are you a web developer? Are you going to get them more leads through the website that you build? Speak specifically to what it is that you're helping them with and put something aspirational on the cover along with the name of your business or your name, whatever it is that you freelance through. So slide 2. This is your agenda slide. This is important to give to your prospects because they want to know how long is it going to take them to go through this deck. Most times a deck like this should really only be between 6 and 10 slides. This one that we're going through today I think is 10 or 11. It just depends on how much stuff you want to put into it. So this is the agenda. This is where you want to outline each one of the slides that you're going over and label them according to the title of that slide. Also on this, you want to make sure you have the page numbers or the slide numbers associated with each title. So say all they care about are your case studies or who you've helped with this goal before, they can easily go to that part in your deck and take a look. So slide 3 is the introduction to you and your company. So what is it that you specifically do or what is it that your company does and how does it help other clients or other businesses achieve their goals? This is a part where you almost give like your mission statement or what it is that your company is about. Slide number 4 is going to be your services. Now this is not going to be all the services that your company provides, but this is going to be the services that you specifically are going to offer them. Now in this slide, I don't like to list 100 different services, like every little thing. I like to group them together and really only offer 3 or 4. And you can tell by the slide that you're looking at right now that all my services would fall into one of those 3 categories. And slide number 5, so what results do your services as a freelancer provide for this company? Because you may offer like website development or SEO, which is great, but what are the results that that company is going to see based on those services? In slide 5, it's so specific to speak in terms that they are going to understand. This is why it's so important to understand that company's goals when you are talking with them. Make sure that you are speaking in terms that they are going to understand and that they can associate with their business. Okay, slide number 6 and 7, these 2 slides are dedicated to you and your team. This would be a mini resume about yourself. So who are you? Do you have a degree? How many years have you been doing what you've been doing? You know, what are some sort of stats on your freelance business that you can share with them to make them want to work with you? And if you have any team members that are going to be assisting in this project, you would also want to add their mini resume to this deck as well. And slide 8 and 9, these are so important. These are your case studies. A case study is going to be real examples that you have driven results for your previous or current clients. This is where you shine. This is where you get to brag about, you know, what clients you have worked with, their goals and their objectives for hiring you, and the results that they got because they hired you. So if you are somebody that doesn't have any experience and you're like, I don't have any case studies to have, you could put together what your objective and goals would be for them if they hire you and the results that you could guarantee for them. And this goes a long way, trust me, because it shows them that you have an understanding of what it is that they are trying to achieve. And slide number 10, lucky number 10. This is your cost and pricing. Now this is super important. Oftentimes people get overwhelmed and they don't know how much to charge. We will be going over pricing and all that in a later video, but for the time being, you are going to want to calculate how much it's going to cost you per hour to do said task. Oftentimes I will take what I think I should charge and I will add 10 or 20% to it, gives it room for negotiation. But on this side, this is where you are going to specify every single service that you are going to supply for them. This could take 2 slides depending on how much or what it is that they're asking you to do, but this is where you get super specific. And the reason why you put this on the cost slide is so that they can see everything that you are going to do for them, and it's better and easier for them to justify the cost that you're giving them in association with those services. So the last slide is your last impression with them. Put some sort of motivational quote or saying on how you're going to help them, or, you know, let's get more leads, or, you know, something along those lines so you come off like you're already on the team. And then at the very bottom or on the side of that slide, you want to have your contact information. This could be the name of your company, your phone number, your email, and even your address. It really just depends on how much information you want to get, but you want to make sure that there is some way for them to contact you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and also the notifications if you want to stay alert for this entire series on how to become a successful freelancer. And also give it a thumbs up and be sure to share it with a friend if you know somebody that's interested in working remote, working for themselves, and of course creating the life that they want. Next week will be the part 2 of this, where we will be going over building that resume for specific contract roles for job boards like LinkedIn, Indeed, and the tens of hundreds of freelance websites that are out there. So I hope you guys like this video, and I can't wait to see you guys next week. Make sure that you are, Luna fell down. A case study is your